welcome to my garden. We are finally doing video. It's been a while since we have been able to do another video because we just had some crisis in the garden. So everything was ready. We wanted to film the flowers and have a music with it so you guys can just have a nice peaceful time just enjoying seeing everything bloom. However, we got hit with very strong high winds which made a really big mess in the garden. Leaves everywhere, debris. Usually when that happens here, it takes me a good few days to be able to put the garden back in order and clean up. And then after that, I was noticing that just our plants haven't really been doing that well. I couldn't really figure out what was going on. The roses have been yellowing, especially the inside of the inside of the bush. And I couldn't really figure out what was going on. I thought it was a water issue, but it turned out everything was infested with spider mites. Now we have been spraying. I have organic sprays that I try not to use them, but I absolutely had to use it because they were everywhere, and I could feel them like webs on my hands. But most of the time I wear gloves, so I couldn't really, so a lot of times it's really hard to detect, and they're so tiny. But everything was just kept getting worse, and so finally, we realized after a while that it was in fact spider mites. So we have been putting it under control. Things are recovering. Some things are got damaged more than others, but overall they are starting to come around and doing okay. I feel like they're still there. Definitely I can see them. They're still there, but it will take a few times until we get rid of the spider mites. Spider mites are hard to get rid of. Aphids and stuff, I don't really worry about it too much. I won't spray, I won't take out the sprays and stuff. And when we spray, we're very careful to wait until the end of the day when all the bees are gone, almost 8:30, 9 o'clock, which at that time we're already pretty tired anyway, but we try to get that done really late so we don't cause any damage. And so anyway, that's kind of what's going on in the garden. And for all of you new subscribers, I just wanted to say that I'm gardening in France, in the southern France. We are from Colorado. We moved here just to start a new life in France, and and I love gardening, and so this is my garden. George helps me, my husband. He helps me with heavy stuff and things that sometimes it's really challenging for me, but for most part I am kind of trying to do everything on my own. So this is where we are. So anyway, today I'm doing project, but before I start with the project, I will take you out and kind of show overall what's going on in the garden, just to update you since it's been a while. But I wanted to show you what I'm working on today. So today I'm putting a whole bunch of trellises. Now this area of the garden, let's go and I'll show you first before we start working on this project. So this area of the garden we started I think it was last summer, the end of the summer, when we actually started this project. So this area, for any of you guys didn't see, I have some videos there that you can go back and see this project. But this entire place was basically just saturated with a whole bunch of bushes and lots of roots that were, they just been growing here for really, really long time. It's almost like it has been wilderness. Nobody has done anything to maintain it. So it was just, it took us a long time. I literally had to go there and just cut everything out and then to see what was there. Then George came in and helped me with the tiller, and then that didn't do as good of a job because there was so many roots. So we actually had to go with the pick and try to break down all the roots to get them out. So long story short, it took a lot of work. It was really hard, but we got it done, and I replanted this area. It's looking really, really pretty. So we have a climbing rose that's growing here. This is a David Austin climbing rose Bathsheba that it's growing over the trellis. And then we have Poet's Wife roses that are doing really good this year. This is their first year, really, first season here. And so I have 4 of them planted here. I have limelight hydrangeas, crepe myrtle, And crepe myrtles they're short dwarf crepe myrtles. They will be about 1.5 to 2 meters. And we have a neighbor right there, which would be, because this is kind of an idea of having to also have a green fence in a way. So I planted 3 photinias, which they will get tall and hopefully will give us a bit of a privacy here. And then you can see I lined this area with the boxwood, and the boxwood I need to get few more, because I decided that I would like to bring boxwood in between the containers here as well, to continue that green edge. To I think it would how should I say, it would complete this area, I think, if I get that up there. So that's kind of what I hope to do next. So here I have planted, as I said, the boxwoods. We have, you see this is a spider mite right here. You can see there's a big web right there, and you can only see it when the sun is shining. And I think there's one right on the web also, right? If you can, I don't know if you can see it, but right there. So this is what we have been dealing with. Been spraying on the roses, but I think usually you kind of have to spray around that too, because clearly this viburnum has it. And this viburnum is kind of, I don't know, it has lots of, it sheds, it drops lots of leaves, but this is really beautiful in the spring. It blooms. And it's a semi-evergreen or evergreen. Anyway, back to the point. So I planted David Austin Rose Summer Song. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 of them. And you know, I love them. Look at this. I mean, how can you not love this? This is so beautiful. Stunning. It's just such an unusual color. I love it, and it's gorgeous, but they get so leggy. And as much as I see everybody else seem like says the same thing, they get really, really leggy. And so what I decided to do, we bought a whole bunch of trellises that I'm going to just place in between the roses, and try to, instead of just letting it freely kind of do their thing, or try to trim them, which I already kind of started. You can see I started putting some support here for them, and then I started cutting them. Decided to kind of make it a little more bushy and short, because if they're really hard to manage. But then I decided that I am not going to cut them anymore. I am going to treat them as a short climber, and I'm going to place these trellises in between them and kind of knit them in a way where I can train them to go around and curve them and take advantage of their natural, their natural way, because I think in the end they are going to win, because I think in the end, if I start cutting them, it'd probably be harder to manage. And you can see this is a sunken garden kind of thing, where, they're easy to just, kind of naturally will go down. And I don't want that to happen. I like it to be a little more controlled. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to plant the trellises and kind of try to train them to go around, and hopefully they will also produce a lot more blooms, because their canes will be curved. Just treat them as a short climber. I think that I think this is going to be really, really nice. So here I have planted right in the center. You can see this is a whipping cherry. It's no fountain whipping cherry, which eventually will be beautiful show here. 2 David Austin roses back there. These are golden celebrations. I have some hydrangeas, and these are Echo peonies. These are Bartzellas. So one bloomed this year, and Bartzellas, if you are not familiar with them, look it up. But they're now they're more, people have them more, so I'm sure you're probably familiar with them. But the Bartzellas are just so beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous peonies. So I have 3. And the golden celebration here is just beautiful. I love this rose, and I think I might do the same thing with the golden celebration. And I'm also thinking to clear out a little more branches here to just give a little more light. I thought the light that comes from above will be enough, but it may need a little more. And so I have 9 bark here. This is the lady in red, 9 bark. So these are beautiful as well. And then I have eucalyptus here. They are just gorgeous because I'm hoping to trim them a little more. I haven't really done lots of trimming just because I'm kind of waiting to, if I have guests, I like to do little cut flower arrangements, then I can cut them and kind of place them in my arrangements. So I try not to cut them yet until I need them. And then here I have clematis planted. These are beautiful clematis, and they are I think this might be Chinese variety, so it has a kind of a unique name, which I will put that down on the screen so you know what it is. But these are beautiful. I think they will be really pretty. They have very interesting leaves. And I think that's kind of what's going on here. And eucalyptus also, I'm hoping to grow a little tall enough, maybe a little dense as I trim them. Hopefully will create a nice privacy here as well. And then this path, for any of you guys not familiar with the path, I actually made this myself with cement and then all these pieces of rocks. We found it here. You can see there's some in here. You know, as we started digging and clearing out, there was a whole bunch of slate type rocks that we found in the soil, so I took that out. And then you can see I tried to do a little mosaic. This is my first time, which you know, it turned out really nice, but the stones for the mosaic, I think it should be a little bigger, because when I placed my top layer of the cement, I started losing the look. So I think, you know, going forward, if I do project like this again, I might choose a little bigger pieces of rock to have the shape a little stand out a little more. But there's some flowers and some butterflies here. I don't know if you can see them at all, but you know, but it's functional. I mean, it's nice. I don't have weeds coming out. I can just come here and do this. Is just a little maintenance path, garden path for me to you know, come here and do some work basically. And it looks really nice, and it was a fun project, absolutely fun project to do. I never thought I could do something like that, but it was really fun. So anyway, now what we should do is let's go look at the garden really quick and see what's going on. There's some agapanthus opening now. Things are looking good despite all the spider mite issues, but we can go take a look at the garden and then we'll come back and do this project. Okay, so let's just start from this area here. So you can see I had lots of hydrangeas. Some of them are already kind of going away because of the you know, the harsh weather and the wind we had, but they're still looking really good. Not as fresh as I wanted to show you, but you can probably get the idea. It was lots of them. My hydrangeas didn't come out as big as they usually do. I might need to start fertilizing a little earlier. I kind of waited a little later to fertilize, but you know, I still have lots of them, lots of blooms. They're beautiful. And then just recently I added another Japanese maple here, which, you know, Japanese maples I absolutely love. I can't imagine garden without them. So this one is a Benimako, Japanese maple right here, which I'm really excited about to have this one in a garden. So I just planted, this is a new one in this bed. So now let's go this way and I'll show you what's going on here. So more hydrangeas. I have an oak cliff hydrangea here that's been doing really good this year. Had lots of blooms. And then I have another hydrangea here that is it's called Stargazer, and this one is unique. I really like them. I think they're doing a little better this year. Last couple of years they struggled, maybe due to not enough water. I'm not sure, but this year they're starting to do really good. You can see the leaves are really lush. And so here there is a little lime hydrangea that is just starting to come to bloom. I have another paniculata hydrangea here that I just planted last season, and it's trying to bloom. So there is one right here, and then there is another one right here. So these are pinnacle hydrangeas that I planted last year. There is another Japanese maple here. This is a Deshojo. It was very, very small when I purchased that. Amazing Japanese maple. Has most gorgeous vibrant colors in the spring. And then I have caramel hookras here that I planted just this spring early. So so I have a creeping Jenny around that. And then here you can see this bed really I need to work on. There's stuff needs to be done here, lots of things to cut out and cleaned up, so I don't want to go too far into that, but I do want to show you that the container is doing good. For any of you, this is that Asiatic bee here that I can't go close to. This is a dangerous one. I don't like them, they're very vicious. And so this is the container that we did just this spring, and plum bongos that we planted right in the center. It's looking really good. It's starting to fill in. Again, it was infested with spider mites. I'm treating them. I think they're doing a lot better now. And the sweet potato vines are doing beautiful. I love these variegated ones. You can see they still have a web on them, but it's not, I don't think I have spider mites. They're just leftover web. So anyway, it's looking really good. And then here the hydrangeas are already losing their white color. They're going into the lime green, which, they're still very pretty even with the lime green. I do love the white though in the beginning of the spring when they come out and they're super white, kind of like this. You can see the difference is so beautiful and vibrant. But they're still really pretty and doing really good. So, and this is the hydrangea avenue that I have. The entire area is all lined with a beautiful hydrangea arborescens. This is an incredible variety. This is the strong Annabelle, it's stronger than Annabelle. It doesn't flop down as much as Annabelle does, but it's improved variety of the Annabelle. And then we have hydrangeas here with lots of agapanthus. They're starting to go away already, but I had lots of blooms this year. They're doing really, really pretty, and you can see that it just looks really beautiful from here. Just looking up with all the agapanthus open, flowering, just gorgeous. This area here I had dahlias. You can see this dahlia is so beautiful, and I had 3 dahlias. There's one that's still trying to do something. I'm not sure what's going on. I have to dig that out, and the other one didn't come back. I need to dig out also and see what's going on. But regardless, I decided that I'm going to move this dahlia to another location because I do love this dahlia. I might take him down to the Sunken garden where we're going to do projects. I think I'm going to probably take it there in a nice sunny area, a good location there with a good well-drained soil. This one could be that it's not draining well also, but regardless, I think I'm going to line this area with the hookras because hookras are evergreen in my zone. I'm gardening in zone 8B, as I said, so hookras will create a really nice edge here without, I don't have to lose even in the winter time, it will not stay kind of naked, I should say, but it will be really nice foliage here even in the winter time for the winter interest. So the climbing roses are doing good. This one is so all these climbing roses I planted just last year in Beirut. This one is Strawberry Hill. I can't remember. I'll put that on the screen. I've been looking lots of Japanese maples, and there is one I was looking, it's called Strawberry Spring, so I think that messes me up a little bit. But anyway, this is a David Austin climber, and it has starting to have blooms for the first time. This one is a David Austin Rose Leander, which it has really beautiful peachy color. So they are growing. And this area again, the roses got damaged a little bit, but you can see that they are recovering, they are coming around. I'm already seeing blooms. That's a good sign. When they are infested with bugs, you know, they stop blooming. You know right away that something is wrong, but you can see it's starting to bloom, it's looking healthy. So I'm assuming that the worst is over and it's going to start recovering and doing really well again. So it makes me happy to see that. There is a couple of hybrid tea roses that are planted here. This one called Le Grand Amour. So this one is also blooming, has a beautiful dark color. I have some dahlia here is blooming also. And again, another hybrid tea. You can see it's starting to get healthier and looking a lot better than they used to be. But things like this happen, and you just kind of have to get ahead of it and try to fix it. You know, it is what it is. So David Aston roses, Vanessa Bell. I planted several of them here. Nice drift of them. I think it's 1, 2, 3. There is another one here. 4, 5. There is 4 Vanessa Bells in this area. I'm hoping for them to really take on, and I love the color. This is exactly why I planted this rose. Check this out, with the blue agapanthus accompanying with this creamy yellow. I think it's going to be so beautiful, these two colors together, and that is why I went ahead and planted the Vanessa Bells here, because I thought they would just emerge and be so beautiful with this blue agapanthus growing around. So let's go this way and I can show you some dahlia. There is one that is open and looks really pretty. This container turned out so beautiful. This is the fan flower, and this is my first time working with the fan flower. It looks really pretty. I might trim a little bit and see how it will do. But I did lose one that was in this container, and I think maybe it was a little dry. I don't know. I gave about same amount of water, but this one just wasn't really performing right from the beginning. So as well as this other one. Anyway, I'm not sure what happened here, but let's see. There is some dahlias open that are looking really nice. I really like this one. This has a beautiful color. And then there is another one here. This is a cactus dahlia that it's doing really good. That it's very pretty. And then there is, I think this might be Coffee au lait rose, if I'm not mistaken. But this one is beautiful, and it has several buds. It's looking really pretty.
Coffee au lait rose.
There is a rose variety. Coffee au lait rose, which is the pink variety, and then there's coffee au lait, which is kind of a creamy, milky coffee kind of color.
Dahlia?
This is a dahlia.
Oh, where's the coffee au lait?
It's the name.
Coffee au lait rose or coffee au lait dahlia?
I think this one is coffee au lait rose. That's why there's a different color. But anyway, accompanied, there is a David Aston Rose Golden Celebration here. It's looking really nice and healthy. It makes me so happy to see healthy rose right now. Anyway, things are looking really good, and just wanted to show you that I just planted another Japanese maple. Maria Smith, you're probably laughing right now because I'm adding more Japanese maples. I know that you love them too. We talked about it so many times. So anyway, I added another Japanese maple. It's a Skitter's broom right here. And this one, we found it in a nursery here in France, just at one of our local nurseries, and was a really great price. Anyway, has a, I think it's a nice heat tolerant one, because so I placed it here with a container just to see how it would take the sun for a while, and it seemed like it will take the sun. So I went ahead and planted. Of course, when you're there in a container, it is that they probably will be more vulnerable to the sun than they are in the ground. So I planted just about 2 days ago, and it's looking really good, and we had really hot weather, so I'm hoping that it will be really gorgeous. It will emerge and have beautiful red color. Will be so pretty. I'm really excited. So it's just Japanese maples, it's like it's such amazing plants. And then climbing rose here, Amnesty International, that I planted here. This stuff, we still need to work on because they're not really placed well. We kind of put it there, but we haven't really anchored it or anything. We just have to work on this area. It's just work in progress. And then here we tested the fountain with the solar pump that we had. The pump just really wasn't powerful enough to bring the water up. We decided that we need to wait and get another pump, so that didn't work. Anyway, this whole thing is still coming together, but it's developing. I mean, look, it already defines the path. I just need to get some more stones, try to build this path, and it's looking really nice. I really like how this is all coming together, though. It just takes time, because everything else that's going on right now with the deadheading and watering, because I water by hand and it takes a long time to get through the garden. And then look at these gorgeous cannas that are blooming at the moment, are absolutely stunning. I love these cannas here. They have gorgeous red foliage and looking really beautiful here, and some daylilies, and then also of course pinnacle hydrangeas are opening. So a lot going on. They're starting to get healthy. That's good. All right, let's just go get this project done. I'm really excited to work on this because I had this vision to get this roses trained in a certain way, and I can't wait. I'm really excited. So what we need is a twine, and I like using this elastic twine. I find them in our one of our local stores. I really like tying my roses with them, just because I don't tie my clematis with them, but I do like tying roses with them. And so these are really nice. They don't damage the plants. So we'll take this. We'll take my glasses because I definitely need to see what I'm doing. My scissors, and then we'll take the trellises. I have 7, and I think it's not going to be enough, but slowly I'll add more. But at least we can start with them. We got everything that they had at the store, but they didn't have any more. Okay guys, so basically this is the idea, to start opening them and taking them over with the trellises and kind of make it look really beautiful. And I think you can see the flowers a lot better, and it's just going to give really nice, interesting look to be trained this way. So I really like it. I'm excited. Okay, so I'm finished. I already, you can see, I'm training all the roses. I opened everything into the trellises. You can see right here, I'm training. So it's going to be really beautiful, and I think it's going to really show off its flowers and not just be leggy everywhere, because, you know, clearly there's not a whole lot of room here. But I think I might need a few more to probably place in between here too. I'm not sure yet, but I'm not exactly sure how I'm actually going to get in here to water also, just probably very carefully. But for most part, I love it. I think it's going to be really, really beautiful, especially with boxwood. And eventually these trellises probably will be lost in the rose bushes. You probably won't even see them anymore, because clearly it's all going to be just roses, and it's going to be gorgeous. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I enjoyed walking around the garden to see what's going on, and seeing this project. I'm really excited about this. So anyway, enjoy your day, enjoy your week. Don't forget to subscribe to my videos. If you like them, please share with your friends, and have a wonderful time, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.